For Cameroon is an organisation which focuses on providing free legal support for people unable to otherwise afford it. It stands for Aid Legal Libre for Cameroon, which means free legal aid. It was set up in 2007 by barrister Mbinka Caroline, and I've been helping her develop this organisation for the past 2 years. The Law Clinic was very much inspired by the work of John Fitzpatrick, who is the director of the Kent Law Clinic in Canterbury. The idea behind the Law Clinic is students take on a lot of the casework, which enables solicitors to do far more pro bono cases. It also allows the students a great opportunity to extend their skills, learn legal techniques and practice the law. In Cameroon, we work with 3 different universities. The students, they have 2 sessions, a practical session and a theoretical session. In the practical session, the students learn interviewing techniques. They take on client cases. We help teach students how to draft legal letters, how to undertake legal research, and anything else necessary for the case. It also gives students a chance to discuss legal issues, and they are encouraged to critique the law in practice and undertake research projects. The theoretical side, we focus on jurisprudence and ethical ideas behind the law, which adds another level onto the students' understanding and helps with the critique. The students in Cameroon, they're also liaise with the students in the UK, the Kent Law Clinic, and with students at the Washington Law School to discuss legal issues and cases and how to move forward with cases. So not only is the work just in Cameroon, a lot of it's also going on in Kent, in Washington, and hopefully in other places in the world in the future. People hear about our work usually by word of mouth. So when someone has a legal problem, they come to our office where they're met by either Caroline, our lawyer, or myself, or one of our voluntary students, who will sit and we first interview the client. We let them tell us their story, what's happened. We'll ask questions to try and get as much information as possible. From this initial interview, we will discuss as a group the legal issues and how to move forward with the case. We then contact the client and it progresses like that. In Cameroon, we try very much to avoid the courts. So we will always try amicable settlements, mediation and other such measures before ever taking it to the court. This is due to courts here that it takes a very long time to finish legal proceedings. Law is very much something you can buy here, legal protection. So we try to offer a way for poor people to have their rights protected. Also, when someone has land taken from them, without money they have no way to get that land back. So we try to take on these cases to give the poor a voice to enforce their legal rights.
Yeah, before actually thinking about the law clinic, I had worked as a human rights activist for more than 10 years, and by then I was just a law graduate. And during my work as a human rights activist, I realized that there were many things I could do as a lawyer. And I decided that I will get involved, I will get enrolled in the Cameroon Bar. And some of the things that I realized was that there were many cases coming from the underprivileged, from the poor, and there were no lawyers who were ready to handle those cases. So the poor, they didn't have some access to justice. And I decided that I'll become a lawyer, and then I could set up a law clinic where I'll be doing cases for the poor for free. It has actually helped Cameroon, a lot of Cameroonians, because for some, we've been able to give them some legal advice. We've been able to advise them to go to court or not to go to court, to tell them whether they have a good case or not. And for some, we've actually taken their cases to court, and we have succeeded both at the national and international courts. So we have had decisions from all these courts, and I think most of the clients, most Cameroonians are becoming aware of what we are doing, because as of now we have at least an average of 2 cases a day coming into our office.
One of our largest groups of beneficiary are women, particularly widows, who, when the husband dies, they're denied their inheritance rights. When they come to our office, we can take on the cases, first through mediation with the family, which can sometimes work. In the past it has worked, and the family are willing to give the woman her property. In other cases it has to go to a court. We also have some cases taken to the United Nations involving people tortured and killed by state officials. We're now at the stage of negotiating with the Ministry of Territorial Administration to decide on the damages to be awarded to the family. Other cases have been taken to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, such as unenforced court judgments. But many cases, it's all areas. We're not specialised in one area. In Cameroon, we do all areas of law. In the future, we plan to extend this law clinic perhaps to other regions in the country. We're in the process of having a UN online volunteer to develop our website, where we will have an online law journal publicising articles. We'd like to make laws public in Cameroon in cases. So we're hoping to work with the Ministry of Justice to enable legal information to be more accessible to the general public. As well as our partnerships with Kent in the UK and Washington in the US, we hope to extend the universities we work with and have more legal interns visit our office as well in the future.